Hey guys, hope you're well. Today's video is going to be a banger for you. If you're a beginner, if you don't have any clients, if you're struggling with booking meetings, if you're struggling with signing clients, this is for you. And this is the angle that I've seen my friends testing, and I'm also testing for ourselves as well. And this is called the BDR angle, a better way to test direct scripts without bait and switch offers or copy, without shouting out crazy guarantees or using performance-based copy, or even just working purely on performance. Now, these things are okay with signing your first couple clients and getting your first experience through the door and getting your first couple case studies. That's perfectly fine. But if you guys really want to retain clients for 12 or more months, if you want to develop relationships and have good relationships with your clients and get paid a retainer plus performance without like this crazy resistance wall, then watch this video in depth and implement exactly what I'm saying. And if you have any questions, ping me. I'm always here. Okay. Offer sophistication. That's what we have to really realize, guys. We have to understand what offer sophistication is, right? We have market sophistication, but we also have offer sophistication, right? And to be honest, me personally, offer sophistication is more accurate because in my personal opinion, markets don't saturate, offers do. All right. Offer sophistication is a bell curve. What I'm seeing now is that we are going down the bell curve, right? Meaning that we don't have to make gargantuan promises to sign clients. In 2024, the bigger the promise, the less trust a prospect will have. And the angle that I'm testing and that you should test is being a modern business development representative. Now, let me explain this bell curve theory to you in terms of offer sophistication. So as mentioned, how I see this is offer sophistication is a bell curve, right? So when we're at the base of this bell curve, we can go to potential clients, prospects, and say, hey, we'll get you leads, and boom, client signed. But as more competitors enter the space, as more offers enter the space, similar offers, that is, the notch on that bell curve increases. So now we have to offer, hey, we'll get you 5 leads, right? And then as time passes, we got to keep increasing that. Hey, we'll get you 20 leads in a month. And then at the top of this bell curve, we are those crazy offers and crazy guarantees that we're saying now. Hey, we'll scale you to 50K to 100K a month in 3 months. Or if we don't do that, we'll refund you in full and we'll give you $5,000. That offer is at the top of the bell curve, right? These crazy offers that nobody can even deliver on. It's impossible to deliver on these crazy offers, but people have to do this because prospects, they've heard everything and it's just competing on, hey, who can make the biggest claim? And obviously that's something you don't want to do because you're not going to deliver on those big claims unless you're fucking Superman in terms of your skill set, which probably not right now, okay? So what I'm seeing now is the bell curve had topped out, and we are going down the bell curve now in terms of offer sophistication. So we can make less promises and sign on clients easier, but the offer has to make sense, guys. The offer has to resonate, and it has to alleviate big pain points to make it make sense to in order for us to make less promises, but to sign on retainer paying clients, right? As long as the offer makes sense, as long as the offer is relevant, you can sign clients without making these big promises because what we're seeing in the market is everybody's competing on these huge guarantees, huge gargantuan offers. But if you come in there and be realistic about the time frame, the goals, the inputs, you're going to have more trust because you're not saying, hey, we're going to give you the moon, and if we don't give you the moon, we'll give you all of our children. So with this, we have to understand, guys, what are we doing as a lead generation agency, as an outbound agency? We are representative for our clients, and we're doing business development for them. That's literally what we're doing, guys. We are in the business of business development. That's literally what we do. That's the bare bones. Fuck lead generation agency, fuck outbound agency, fuck these buzzwords. What you're doing is developing business, right? And if you can lean on that angle and stay away from the buzzwords of media, marketing agency, lead generation agency, outbound agency, if you can stay away from those, push back on those, because in all markets, marketing agencies, lead gen agencies, outbound agencies, they have a bad name, they have a bad reputation. Why? Because a lot of people have made these big promises and they found out, oh shit, I can't I can't deliver on this promise. And they don't deliver, and they start getting chargebacks, they start getting refunds, blah, blah, blah. And that's how trust goes to an all-time low. And that's why you got to compete on bigger promises, because people think that the bigger the promise, the better the trust, the more trust they're going to have in me. Wrong. So if you can lean on being an in-house business development representative for them, that'll be very easy for you to sign clients, because it's sort of a Trojan horse method, but you're not going to be working full-time for these guys. Now you could, but command at least $8,000 upwards to $15,000 per month, full stop, right? But I'm going to show you how to sign on, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clients while being a fractional business development representative, because that's exactly what you are, guys, right? And I implore you to stay away from any buzzwords like agency, lead generation, outbound, cold email, things like this. Only if a prospect asks for it. And if a prospect says, hey, yeah, so you own we don't work with lead generation agencies. I'm actually not a lead generation agency. I'm a fractional business development representative, right? Lean on that angle, at least for now, okay? Because the thing about the bell curve, it's a mass migration thing, right? It's going to reset and it's going to top out again. It's going to reset, it's going to top out again, right? So when you have an offer, for example, like, hey, we will give you 30 appointments every single month on a performance basis, or hey, we'll deliver, we'll add 50K a month in the next 3 months, or we'll refund you, or like we'll book 50 appointments a month on a performance basis. Or if we don't, we'll refund you the setup fee or something like that. Right now, these offers do work, but they work in seasons. Because guys, if you have an offer like this where you're promising the outcome, and Q4 rolls around, or the summer rolls around, right? July, August time rolls around, you're not going to deliver on that promise. Why? Because everybody's out of office. You're not going to book 30, 40, 50 meetings during that time. Now, it's possible, but the majority are not going to do that. Okay? So these sorts of offers are seasonal. These sorts of these Alex Hormozi style offers. Have these offers, still have an offer like this, but do it on a seasonal basis. Q2, Q3, when people have money to spend, right? You can have those offers. But I will also set expectations like, hey, you're not going to see crazy results in the next 3 months. Always play the long-term game. Always say to your potential clients, hey, this is a long-term thing, and we're going to get you, over the course of the year, we're going to shoot for 200 to 500 appointments, right? That's what we're going to shoot for. But make sure those offers are seasonal. If you're going to use that offer, make sure it's a seasonal thing. Or at least, at the bare minimum, broaden the horizons in terms of like, hey, we'll book you 500 appointments in a year, instead of, hey, we'll book you 30 appointments in a month, all right? So, now you're probably asking, well, why would we lean on this angle? Isaiah, we don't want to work a job. We want to work for ourselves. Well, of course. I'm going to show you how to do that. But you guys have to understand as well. Again, as I mentioned, these companies have in-house business development representatives teams, but they suck. They absolutely suck. And they get no results. They're not even hitting KPIs. It's terrible. It's crazy. But it's good for you guys because it's a big opportunity. But these in-house employees they have, these business development representatives, they are in fact W-2 employees, meaning they have benefits, they have dental insurance, health insurance, vacation time, these sorts of things, and the company can't just fire them out of nowhere, because they can easily get sued for that. But as a contractor, as a business development representative contractor, they can get rid of you at any time, no hassle. They don't have to give you benefits. They don't even have to train you. It's a no-brainer for them to take you in-house, because you're on a contract basis. They don't have to give you benefits. They don't have to give you vacation time. They don't have to have a 3-month ramp-up period just to train you on their systems. Excuse me. You could bring your own expertise. You could bring your own systems. And since you're working on a contract basis, since you're a contractor, right, they don't have to give you all those like bullshit ass like benefits and stuff like that. But I mean, for employees, that's a good thing. But they don't have to give you that, right? So the value proposition is already there. It's already baked in, guys, right? Because you're gonna go into their company, they're gonna pay less but get more value, and they don't have to train you, and they don't have to give you any benefits. None of this stuff. and they don't have to worry about legalities in terms of like, oh, this guy's not performing well, we have to fire him, but we have to find a way to we have to find a valid reason to fire him, right? But with you, think that, hey, you can fire me at any time, right? If we're getting results but you still don't want to work, that's fine, we'll go, because you're on a contract basis. Okay, so you are more valuable than a W-2 in-house employee as a business development representative, fractional, and it's less risky on the client side since you will be working on a contract basis and don't need benefits. Okay, you can Trojan horse your way into signing clients with this angle. So if your offering is 30 meetings a month on a performance model, etc., run this, as I mentioned, run this offer seasonally. As if you run an offer like this during summer, holidays, etc., you'll churn clients. And we want to keep clients for as long as possible, right? So as I mentioned, the bigger the promise, the higher the skepticism. Tone down on the promises, guys. Tone down on the guarantees. Test the opposite. Because as I just mentioned, the market is that way, and we're going to make our way this way, okay? Right? We're going to get with the bell curve early on, and that's how people make millions. This is a big one. Input offers versus result-based offers. Now, a lot of you guys are scared to sign clients because in your email copy or in your LinkedIn copy, you mentioned about, hey, we'll get you X result in X time. But you don't have any clients. How do you know you're going to deliver this result for a certain type of client if you never delivered it? But if you have an input offer, of course you can deliver that, because you're saying, hey, I'm not going to. You're saying, hey, I'll send 200 to 500 touch points every single day, right? And that's it, right? So focus on the inputs instead of results, result-based offers, right? And this might be totally like a 180 or 360, whatever, to what you guys have been learning. But you have to understand offer sophistication and the bell curve, okay? So yeah, keep that in mind. And to dive deeper into this, actually, guys, with in-house or employee business development representatives, they have certain KPIs that they have to hit inside the company. Now, these KPIs are usually not revenue focused; they're touch point focused, meaning they are outreach focused. So, for example, a company might tell their business development team, like, "Hey, each of you have to, by the end of the week, have to send 400 touch points." That could be 400 cold calls. That could be 400 cold emails. That can be 400 LinkedIn messages. And this is real, by the way. Like, I'm not saying this out of my ass. There's a company out there that has a business development team that is saying, hey, all you have to do is do 400 touch points per week. And the business development representatives are not even hitting those goals. You guys can send 400 emails in an hour, right? So really think about this, guys. So when you go into their company and say, hey, 400 touch points a week, that's the KPI, I'll do that in a day. You don't have to train me, and we'll ramp it. We'll ramp this thing up, okay? So you guys have to focus on that, because that's what business development representatives in-house are literally doing. Like, they're not doing shit, and they're not even reaching their touch points. But that's what the companies actually want. They focus, in terms of business development, they focus on touch points. They focus on the volume of outreach that they are sending. So obviously, you guys can send 1,000 cold emails a day, 100 LinkedIn messages per day, 100, 200, 300 dials a day, right? And so effectively, by the end of the week, the amount of touch points is leagues ahead of their entire business development team. And if you could just convey that and show them what you're going to do, you're going to sign them on. And you're probably going to replace their whole entire business development team, and you'll probably become, a chief marketing officer, a fractional chief marketing officer, right? So yeah, guys, focus on that. And again, the value proposition is already there, because they're going to pay you less than what they're paying their entire business development team. And what I mean by less, guys, is don't think you're getting undervalued by just charging a $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, $3.5K a month retainer. And I'll get to this in terms of LTV versus quick value, because this kind of goes in tandem. But if you see a person like, oh yeah, I just signed a $5,000 client or $5,000 a month client, but the client churns the next month. Okay, sir, you netted $5,000, but if you have a $2,000 a month client, but they stay on for 12 months, you just profited $24K off of one client. And the name of the game is longevity, right? The best thing about our business model is if we know that money is coming in month after month after month, and we know the client is going to stay on because we develop a tremendous relationship with them, nothing feels better because literally you have that stability. And that's what a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of agencies are actually lacking, right? Because they churn clients like there's no tomorrow, right? So really think about that, because they're paying you less. They're paying you like 2 to 3K, and they're paying their entire business development team like 20, 30K a month, and they're not even hitting their touch points. They don't have to give you any benefits. They don't have to train you. They don't have to do any of these things. They can just take you in-house real quickly. And of course, like you're gonna have to set expectations. Like, hey, when you bring on a new business development representative, you have a 3-month ramp-up period, right, to train them, to get them acclimated to the systems, etc., etc. Well, I expect the same as well as a fractional or as a contractual business development team member of yours. I expect the same ramp-up period, right? We're not going to achieve crazy results in 3 months. This is really a 6 to 12 month thing, right? And clients, good clients, quality clients will see that as fair. Like, yeah, that makes sense, fair. But if clients say, whoa, no, move on. Those are shitty clients. You don't want to work with those people, okay? They're not reasonable. In terms of lifetime value and quick value is what I just spoke about, right? Sure, you can charge clients $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month, but you sign them on the basis that you're going to deliver a gargantuan outcome that's literally you cannot achieve in 3 to 6 months. You're going to churn them. And maybe, maybe you profited $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 in those 3 months, but that's it. But if you had a $2K a month client, you set the expectations correctly, and you developed a great relationship with them, and they stay on for 12 months, you netted $24K from one client, right? So really keep that in mind, guys. Focus on long-term value or lifetime value of a client rather than quick cash. But of course, when you mix these things in, when you amalgamate these two, then you're swimming beautifully. When you can collect a $5,000 upfront setup fee and then a $2,000 retainer, and then they stay on for 12 months. That's beautiful. That's perfect. That's a perfect scenario, right? So guys, use this angle. Let me know how that goes for you, and keep in mind, you don't have to work for these guys full time. Now in the interview process, they might be like, yeah, we expect 40 hours a week. We're gonna log the time. Blah blah blah. Don't believe it. As long as you are delivering the necessary touch points, the necessary inputs, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And of course, you can deliver those inputs in a day, as we just spoke about, okay? But yeah, guys, like a lot of companies are looking for business development representatives. They are dying for good business developers, but they all suck. There are a lot of companies, like, guys, I can show you this right now, right? And we might need to have a full masterclass on this just so you guys can frame this correctly. But if we go to jobs, if we go, sorry, bear with me. This is off the cuff, guys. I'm so sorry. Here it is. Business, right? As long as the company hires remotely, you can sign them on as a client. Business development. Because obviously you don't want to have 10 clients and be like, yeah, I gotta go in the office. Of course not. You're not gonna do that. Business development. Let's just say in the UK. There's 10,000 results just for the UK for business development, right? Now we can press remote here. We can do remote. Show results. Over 1,000 remote business development jobs. Business development roles, right? All these people are hiring for business development, okay? And they're gonna hire somebody, and they're probably gonna waste 37.8K pounds. Probably gonna waste like 50 to 100K for that year and not get anything out of it, right? That's the reality of this, guys, right? Because these business development people, they're getting paid a salary and they're getting benefits and they're getting commission on top of everything. If you go in their company and say, hey, you don't have to give me benefits because I'm on a contract basis. You don't have to train me. I have my own systems. I know exactly what I'm doing. Well, then you can effectively sign clients like that, okay? So yeah, guys, sorry if this was all over the place because this was just something that I rummaged up real quick. If you do want to talk about this more in depth on a one-to-one basis, ping me and we can workshop this together in terms of like creating your scripts for this, for outbound and the sales process and whatnot. So ping Max and I on this, or just ping myself on this, and we'll get straight to it. But yeah, guys, lean on this angle and tell me and let me know how it works, because I guarantee, especially with an angle like this, you're gonna find people that need your services. But if you were to go to them as framing yourself as a lead gen agency or an outbound agency or a cold email agency, be like, fuck off, no. But if you go to them as a contractual business development or fractional business development representative and work in-house for them, they already see the value in that. Why? Because you're a part of their team. You're basically a partner for them. They don't have to worry about, the skepticism about hiring an agency. But obviously you're an agency, but you're not framing yourself in that way. You shouldn't, because a lot of people have low trust on for agencies. So that's why you see like people saying like growth partners and fractional CMOs and things like that, is because agencies, marketing agencies, cold email, outbound, lead gen, they're all buzzwords that have a bad rap now. So I will lean on this angle. Sorry if this is kind of long, but yeah, guys, like literally just go to just go into your scripts and say, hey John, found your company on LinkedIn. Congrats on moving into a new venue, or congrats on the new job role, or congrats on hiring 4 business development representatives. I was wondering if you have any job openings. All I ask is, I wouldn't say that. I would say like, we can actually do this right now. So, hey John, saw your post on LinkedIn about hiring a business development. Sorry about that, guys. Hold on a second. Hey John, saw your post on LinkedIn about hiring a business development manager. Thought I'd reach out about that. You can really angle this in you can really angle the scripts in a plethora of different ways. But how, if you really want to go direct with it, you can even say, all I want is a base salary plus commission, no benefits. I'll work on a contract basis. You don't have to train me. So like, you can say, most like niche. So like most marketing agencies I talk to waste a ton of money on untrained BDRs, and they aren't really in. I won't say that. Most marketing agencies I talk to waste a ton of money on untrained BDRs and end up sinking $100,000 plus hiring untrained or lack of expertise BDRs. End up sinking. What the hell? Sorry, guys. Lack of expertise BDRs. This is just off the cuff. I do not use the same script. Just use the framework. You experiencing the same? Are you experiencing the same thing? Asking because interested, and like, you know that they need new business. They know that they need your services because they're hiring for business development representatives, right? So you can also lean on that angle. Asking because these are basically like warm leads, like, to an extent. Asking because I'm interested in the role, but you don't have to give me any benefits. You don't have to train me for 3 months, and I'll produce more touch points than your entire BD team. Now, this email is kind of long, but again, this is just an example. All I'm asking is a base salary. You'd be like 2K to 3K subs a month. Okay, hold on a second. All I'm asking is a base salary of 2 to 3K a month. 2 to 3K a month. And comms commission on top of it. Can I send you more info? Or you can say, willing to hop on an interview? Yeah. Alright, so that's just an example, guys. I mean, it could work. You can try. You can try it. You can test it if you want. Yeah. So guys, I would use this angle for sure, because they're gonna give you a base salary. They're gonna give you commission, and don't worry if they say, oh yeah, like full time, you can't work for other people, blah blah blah. Yeah, you can. Because you're on a contract basis. Okay. And yeah, I don't want to make this too long, but if you have any questions on this, let me know.